Every 4 years, it's the same story. A politician in a crisp suit stands at a podium flashing that perfect practice smile. They look into the camera and make a promise, hope and change, a brighter future, prosperity for all. And for a moment, millennials believed it. We lined up to vote, phone banked, canvassed, donated what we could. We were told our voices mattered, that our participation was the key to a better world. Politicians spoke our language, or tried to, promising a society as dynamic as we were. We saw ourselves as the heroes who'd finally fix the mess left behind. But then, the election ends. The confetti is swept away, the yard signs come down, and the inspiring soundtrack fades. We wait for change, but it doesn't come. The emails asking for donations keep coming, but the sweeping reforms get stuck in committees. The bold plans become complicated, nuanced, and ultimately, impossible. The bright future starts to look a lot like the slightly more expensive present. That spark of optimism, it flickers. We start to wonder if we were just another demographic to be targeted. The slow realization sets in. The political system wasn't designed for us. It was designed to maintain itself. The promises were a marketing campaign, and we bought the product. Now we're stuck with it, realizing there are no refunds. Hope followed by disappointment has become our political Groundhog Day. We wake up every election cycle thinking maybe this time will be different, but deep down, we're bracing for the inevitable letdown. We grew up on a simple deal: go to school, get good grades, go to college, work hard, and you'll be rewarded. The American dream, dial-up edition. We were told the path was clear, the formula proven. We were the good kids, the rule followers, trusting the map we were given. Why did we take on student debt? Because a degree was supposed to be our ticket to the middle class. Why did we work unpaid internships? Because we were told it was paying our dues. But while we were busy studying, the rules were being rewritten. The contract we signed was voided by forces beyond our control. Economic shifts, political gridlock, and a widening wealth gap changed everything. The rewards we were promised kept moving further away. We ran the race, but the finish line kept getting pushed back. We held up our end, but the system broke its promise. Politicians love talking to young people, especially about education, jobs, and housing. They promised affordable college, tackling tuition, and debt-free degrees. They promised good-paying jobs, investing in green energy, tech, and infrastructure. They promised not just jobs, but careers, stable, meaningful work. And of course, they promised home ownership, tax credits, accessible mortgages, more housing supply. They painted a future where we could trade our tiny apartments for a house with a yard. This trifecta of promises was tailored to our biggest anxieties and aspirations. We listened, we voted, and we waited. We waited for student loan balances to go down, for job offers to come, for Zillow listings to become possible. But the promises stayed promises. The reality never caught up. We kept waiting and waiting. Let's talk about student debt, the world's most expensive subscription with no cancel button. Politicians have been addressing the crisis for years, promising lower interest rates, forgiveness programs, and affordable college. But the ball and chain is still here, heavier every year. For millions, the reality is a monthly bill that dictates our lives. The promised relief never materializes. Programs get tangled in red tape. Proposals get dismissed. Our loan balances grow, thanks to punishing interest rates. We did what we were told, got the degree, and our reward is a lifetime of debt. Every major life decision is filtered through student debt. The politicians who promised to help have moved on, while we're left navigating a system designed to trap us. This isn't a personal failure, it's a systemic bait and switch. We were sold a product with a promise of return that never came. The disappointment isn't just about money, it's about betrayal of trust. After graduation, we entered the job market and got the gig economy. The new pitch: be your own boss, set your own hours, monetize your passion. Politicians reframed economic precarity as entrepreneurial spirit. But being your own boss often means juggling multiple app-based jobs, no benefits, and unpredictable income. The flexibility we were promised is just the flexibility to work 60 hours a week to make ends meet. Wage stagnation became the norm, and the dream of a career became a perpetual side hustle. Politicians celebrated low unemployment, but we knew the numbers didn't tell the whole story. The promise of a good job was supposed to mean security. Instead, our work lives are a constant, stressful scramble. With student debt and unstable jobs, we turned to the last pillar: buying a house. Politicians promised home ownership, but while they made speeches, the market ran away from us. Housing prices soared, wages stagnated, and the down payment kept moving out of reach. We became the generation of forever renters, pouring income into someone else's mortgage. Political solutions were inadequate. Tax credits and promises to build more housing never materialized at scale. Private equity firms bought up neighborhoods, while politicians tweeted about the American dream. The system favored those with wealth, leaving us on the outside. The promise of a home wasn't just financial, it was about stability and adulthood. For many, that promise is broken. After years of broken promises, a new understanding sets in. It's not about one politician or party. The problems remain, no matter who's in charge. The student debt crisis gets worse. Jobs stay precarious. Housing gets more expensive. This isn't about individual failures, it's about systemic neglect. The system isn't broken, it's working as designed. Entrenched interests, banks, corporations, real estate, have more power than any politician. The game is rigged, and the house always wins. We were handed a society with all the risk individualized and all the rewards privatized. We were told to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, but the boots were already sold off. When a politician comes with another slogan, it just doesn't hit the same. Trust has been eroded by 1,000 small betrayals. The feeling is no longer just disappointment, it's deep structural disillusionment. We stopped believing in promises because we started understanding the system. What happens when a generation feels politically let down? The result isn't apathy, it's exhaustion. We voted, marched, called our senators, and got little in return. The belief in change is replaced by cynicism. Voting feels less like hope, more like harm reduction. Political disillusionment bleeds into our mental health. Constant anxiety, feeling stuck, doom-scrolling bad news. In the face of systemic failure, we turn to individual solutions, side hustles, gig work, trying to hack the system ourselves. This individual focus, born of necessity, pulls us away from collective action. It's hard to organize for change when you're working 70 hours a week. Disappointment creates fertile ground for outsider movements and extremism. When mainstream politicians fail, people look for alternatives, no matter how radical. The center cannot hold when it fails to address a generation's struggles. Here's the real story. Millennials aren't cynical or apathetic. We cared, we paid attention, and we learned from experience. We didn't stop believing in a better future. We stopped believing in empty promises. Our disillusionment is a sign of awareness, not ignorance. We saw our student loans rise, our wages stagnate, our housing dreams slip away. We listened to the promises, then watched as nothing changed. Our cynicism is a logical conclusion, not a flaw. We were told to trust the system, but we paid attention to the results. This doesn't have to be the end. The political establishment can't win us back with slogans or celebrity endorsements. Trust requires action, bold, structural change that addresses root causes. We don't need more studies or talk. We need real solutions. Debt forgiveness, living wages, affordable housing. Millennials didn't lose hope. We lost patience. We're still engaged, but our engagement looks different now. Mutual aid, organizing, demanding accountability. We're ready to believe again, but this time, we need to see the receipts.